everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another anime review. I've seen both volumes of RWBY, and this is the third volume, and of course in this particular part of the series we've got our favorite heroines that are all part of the Vital Festival, and what they do is actually very intriguing because they pair up Yang and Weiss due to the fact that they are the most powerful members of the group, and things go awry with some other characters, especially Mercury, and I'm not going to say why, but I just had a feeling, yeah, that makes absolute sense why they would have a character named Mercury becoming a trickster of sorts and distorting things and making other characters, particularly Yang, start to hallucinate. And earlier in the arena, another one of the characters felt that she had seen her teammate right next to her, and that wasn't so. It was just an illusion, a mirage. And there's actually so much. I binge watched this, and there's so much going on in this particular chapter of RWBY in and of itself, and it's just unbelievable. I mean, the characters are so well fleshed out, and we get to meet Ruby's uncle, Crow, whom I love. He's arrogant. He's a drunkard. He's he's a bit of a pervert. He admittedly has some rather lascivious tales to tell. Bit of a tail chaser. But you love him despite the fact that he's a lush, and the fact that he likes his women, especially when they wear short skirts. I'm like, you dirty bird, but I like Crow. I'll admit to that. He's very handsome. I mean, there's something very enjoyable about his rakish character that I really enjoy. And he's really not all that bad. He actually has some redeeming qualities, despite the fact that he's a tottering alcoholic. But, I mean, it's interesting. This is why I like the series. Each character, even Ruby and her optimism, she is blatantly optimistic. She is optimistic to a fault. And, of course, Yang calls her out on that later on when something absolutely tragic happens. I mean, I cried. It ripped me to shreds to see what happened to her near the final episode of this particular season. It was hard. I thought, oh, so many things have been taken from her, and of course I'm not going to say what happens with Blake, but Blake had her reasons for doing what she did. I hate to play devil's advocate there, but I absolutely love this anime. This anime is just unbelievable, and of course Red vs. Blue was always one of my favorite things, and my friend Joshua, he got me into it because I've always been a fan of Halo, and it's a more satiristic kind of look at that, as well as just army life in general and how stupid it is, and just how asinine and banal the whole act of war can be. But that's the whole purpose of Red vs. Blue, just entertainment and just kicks and giggles and body humor and just utter sophomorism. I guess sophomorism. I guess I don't know if that would be a correct term or not. Sophomoric humor. I'll get it right. But anyway, RWBY in and of itself, particularly, I think this is the best volume I've seen so far. I don't know if they're going to have a volume 4 or not. They left it on a cliffhanger, unlike any cliffhanger I'd ever seen before. The battles in the arena were nothing short of phenomenal. They were just incredibly done. I really love Nora. Nora reminds me of Nami. She has the same kind of attack. She's got electrokinesis, which is pretty neat and very pinpoint accurate, apparently. I really enjoyed Flint, and I thought he was a very intriguing character. He dresses like an old school gangster type. I mean, he's got that old jazz era style down, and he looks boss. I mean, his style is classy. He is very smooth, especially in the way he speaks, and he actually Weiss and Yang, they earn his respect, and rightfully so. It's like, come on, we should hang. Especially the Rainbow Girl. I can't remember the Rainbow Girl. I liked her too. I thought she was pretty cool. At first, I thought she was just kind of a jerk trash talking Yang, especially about Yang being a little bit busty. I thought, oh no, you didn't. She did. But she was a neat character as well. I've enjoyed all the characters, and CL was interesting, although CL really didn't have a lot to do with this particular volume. And Penny was fascinating, and there was a revelation about her that threw me off. I thought, wait just a darn minute, I did not see that coming. I don't think anybody saw that coming. This series I give 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars hands down, no quibbling, no quabbling, no kvetching. There was nothing wrong that I could even consider in this series. The animation is only, the rendering has gotten better over time. They even did some in-betweens that looked like they were done by a professional anime team, and I give them so much kudos for that. And I know that kind of animation is painstaking, but it's beautifully done, especially when Crow tells his story. At first, this is my favorite part of the whole volume, but when Crow begins his story about how he actually came back to Vale, he begins, it sounds like a very sobering, haha, he's an alcoholic, get it, humor, irony, but he begins with that kind of tone, the very somber tone, and then he turns it over to, oh yeah, guess what, I'm a lech. And I was totally stopped in my tracks by the length of that bartender's skirt. I thought, oh, Crow. And I love Ruby's reaction to when Yang, when he told Yang there were some other more racy details he would tell her when she gets older. And then, of course, Ruby said, ugh, disgusting. I thought, yeah, do tell. That's just gross. But that part was one of my favorites, and just the other intensity of the whole volume in and of itself. I thought, Roosterteeth, no, you can't leave it on a cliffhanger this unreal and this impinging, because the pendulum. Oh my lord, the pendulum has shifted so much, and the storytelling has come to such a point where you think, doggone it, I want to know what happens next. Darn you, Roosterteeth, you have done it again. But I'm really hoping to see what's going to happen. Please let there be a volume 4. I hope they have enough money to do it. I'm praying that they have a Kickstarter. I wanted to show the artwork again, because I think the artwork is absolutely beautiful. And there are our heroines. And I think I would cosplay as a brilliant Yang, by the way. Although Ruby's my ultimate favorite, I would love to do because I'm just like her. I'm very bubbly, and I'm very optimistic to a fault. And I try to encourage everyone and bolster their spirits. I'm not clumsy like she is. I have poise like Weiss. So I'm a combination of all 4 of the girls, and there's a legend in it about the 4 maidens, winter, spring, summer, and fall, and apparently, spoiler, they actually do exist in this realm, because Pia was actually told about that, or Priya, I think her name's Priya, or Paya, yeah, Paya was told about that, and something very sad happens to it. Just that also makes me want to cry again, but I'm not going to go into that particular part of the story arc. I mean, there are a lot of different Arab directions that the story actually takes, and I was kind of wondering where they're gonna go with it. And I love Crow. Crow is awesome. He's just one of my favorite characters. I've fallen in love with Crow. I think, why do I go after the bad boys? He's just so likable, even though he's a bastard. He's kind of like Tyrion Lannister. But anyway, I mean, I see a connection there. I think, yep, he drinks and he knows things. So, oh, Crow, we love you. But anyway, that's all I have to say about Ruby, Volume 3. Until next time, everybody. Live long and prosper. Ciao, Susie.